Okay, so in 2.4c we have formulas, but all of these formulas have fractions in them. So I want to go back to what we've already done before. In step 1 with all of these is going to be to clear the fractions. And we do that by whatever the common denominator is, and we only have one common denominator, which is this case, which is r, which I did not write this down, but we also are going to solve for r. That doesn't change the fact that we still have to clear the fractions. We do that by multiplying every single term by r. And when you do that, the r's cancel on the first and the last piece. And then all you're left with is s minus r times 5. And we are going to write that as s minus 5r is equal to t. Now, we want to move this s to the other side of the equation. We do that by subtracting s from both sides. And then we are left with minus 5r is equal to t minus s. And then the last step is again to always divide by whatever the coefficient is, which in this case is minus 5. So our final answer is t minus s in the numerator divided by a negative 5. Let's try another one like this because I know fractions are always require a little bit of extra practice. So this is a volume equation, and the volume is equal to 1/3 BH plus 2/3 pi r to the third. And I want to solve for pi. And again, all I'm looking at is my denominators. The only denominator I have is a 3. So again, I want to multiply 3 times everything in both equations. So think about distributing the 3. So over on the left-hand side, that just becomes 3 times v, or 3v. And I'm going to write out the other side because, again, what we're doing is we're taking that 3 and multiply it times both of the pieces on the inside. So I have 3 times 1/3 BH plus 3 times 2/3 pi r to the third. The 3's here reduce and equal 1. Same thing here, equal 1. So now when I rewrite this, I have 3v is equal to bh. You can put the 1 there if you want, but it is not necessary. And then plus 2 pi r to the third. And again, what we are solving for in this case is pi, but the first thing we have to do before we can handle the coefficients is to move the bh over to the other side. I do that by subtracting bh from both sides. So now what you have is 3v minus bh is equal to 2 pi r to the third. And I know this looks a little strange, but you still want to just divide by 2r to the third. Anything that is not pi, that will become 1. Make sure you do that on both sides. And this will be your final answer for that.